Kia ora everyone, welcome to Jovial review for the latest New Zealand film, Gary of the Pacific.
Gary of the Pacific is directed by the Download Concept, and these are the boys responsible for the, you could call it a hit series in New Zealand, 7 Days.
They also worked on a show, Cover Band.
Oh, right on.
Yeah,
Cool. And they're known for also winning quite a few New Zealand film competitions, and this is their very first feature film that they're going to have a crack at. And in this film, it brings quite a large talent of people together. You've got Josh Thompson, who's also from 7 Days, Hounds and Short Poppies. You've got Matt Whelan, who's known for 3 Mile Limit, My Wedding and Other Secrets. And you've got Megan Stevenson, who's from the American show Comedy Central Review. And you've also got David Fane, who's hilarious, and he's from Sione's Wedding and stuff like that, and he's really, really good.
It seems like it was based off of the 2010 movie they made for the 48 Hour Film Challenge.
Oh, right,
Only Son.
Yep. I do like Only Son, it's a good film.
It's a very good film, won a few awards, and similar sort of style where the main character's going on dates and his father's following him around telling him what to do, and definitely lots of aspects of that popped up in this film.
This stars Josh Thompson as well, who plays Gary, and I remember that. It's very, 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 I can see the similarities actually.
Definitely, yeah. So the film follows Gary, who's this loser real estate agent, and he has to return back to his home island where he's made chief after his father dies, and he just has to deal with his family and the fact that his island is slowly sinking, and this woman he wants to marry, this American woman, and how he just kind of wants to get her over to the island to get it married. And what do you think of that film, Tom?
I mean, as far as it's quite a treat getting New Zealand films generally, especially ones of a higher budget like this film. I think ever since Will the People, the Film Commission's kind of been pushing for more kind of expensive movies, which is good and bad because it kind of limits other people applying for money to make movies. So I think it's kind of cool that we get to see these New Zealand comedies. And interesting though, being a New Zealand film, it's not set in New Zealand. It's set on like Polynesian island.
20% of it's set in New Zealand, and the rest.
There's a bit of New Zealand in there, which is cool, and you can see it. But it's cool seeing a local cast in there, and also with some international talent. I think was really, really cool. And as far as a comedy, it's a very wall-to-wall comedy. I mean, it's very basic narratively. It's even more of a character piece, and that was unfortunately one of the shortfalls of this movie. Is that the main character is sort of unlikable. The whole gist of the movie is that he's a super unlikable dude. He irritates everyone. He steps on people's toes. He falls over at every step.
Yeah, the comedy in this film, it's sort of awkward. Very Office style, you know? A lot of awkward moments. And I feel like I'm kind of getting sick of the awkward comedy.
Yeah.
That's one negative. But yeah, that's the shortcoming of the film, is the main character's just unlikable arsehole, you know?
Yeah.
He's very well acted, and he's got some killer lines. But there's a moment in the film where the father dies. It's the inciting incident, not really a spoiler, it's in the trailer. And he immediately is making jokes, you know? And it's just, the guy's literally dead right there, and it's just sort of a bit uncomfortable. And I think they didn't know quite how to do it, you know, I felt. But
What I think they tried to do is they tried to take a book out of, UK's The Office, where Ricky Gervais's character is the boss. He's not unlikable, it's just the thing, he's a dickhead, and he's irritating, and he gets on people's nerves, but he's likable. There's something about him that you kind of go, man, this dude's kind of sweet. You know, he's kind of got undercurrents of very nice...
There's moments where he's got heart,
and he redeems himself. There's moments where he's sweet and redeems himself. Unfortunately, with Gary's character in this movie, there is no redeeming part until the end.
But even then, it's so half-assed, you know?
Yeah,
it's like,
his heroic moment doesn't necessarily pay off for him being a scumbag through that whole movie. And he's not a scumbag, he's just making wrong decisions, and the wrong decisions affects quite a lot of people around him.
I felt it was a lot of the supporting cast in this movie I thought were much better than Gary, especially Nelson, played by
Matt Whelan.
He was real good, and his fiancée, who's Gary's
Nelson,
sister,
like the wrestling move, full Nelson Halfman is good stuff.
I felt like their characters were a lot more likable than Gary was, but
and also the Judy Free guys.
Judy Free guy. One thing I thought was a bit strange is like certain characters still liked Gary. And then at one point they just all changed their mind and just all turned on him, and it just kind of happened out of nowhere. It's like if you have someone like fall in love with a character the whole movie and just change their mind. It was really bizarre for me.
Yeah.
It took me out of it. It was just like completely rewrote the characters. But I did feel like the supporting cast was a lot better.
David Fane, who plays Gary's dad in the movie, who's in a quite a decent part of the movie. He's such a force that just is attractive to look at because he's got such a wicked laugh, and every line he delivers is really, really funny.
All the dialogue between Gary and his father was hilarious in the movie. It was really good to watch, you know, just it was a joy to watch.
Yeah, typical kind of Kiwi awkward humour that's kind of like, very self-conscious about yourself and what you who you're around when you're talking to people.
Definitely, yeah. On the topic of shooting it, I thought it was well shot, but I feel like they could have taken a few more risks almost. You know, like they didn't really show the environment much. It was very focused on the characters the whole time.
Yeah.
And that like location, you'd think they'd try to get it. Like there's one moment where they went to the mainland of Rarotonga. And you saw the airport strip, and you saw some of the mountains behind them, and I was like,
beautiful.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to it because Rarotonga's a beautiful place, and they just didn't really get there. You know, they didn't give any big. There's one part where they had like a drone shot, showing the little
the water and stuff,
and that was it. And I was like waiting for like, I should have filmed it a lot more.
Yeah.
In the end, I think it's a cute movie, very cute, cool little New Zealand film. But yeah, definitely there were some parts just like Gary being very unlikable, very hard to understand why he was doing the things he did. The supporting characters, some were fun, but they were very one-dimensional. I thought. Yeah, it's definitely some standout performances, especially from the father. But yeah, overall, just a meh film for me. So I'm going to be pretty mean and give it a 5 out of 10. But for in the middle, you know. But yeah, if you feel like I think there's a audience for this film. I definitely think the New Zealand audience would probably love it. So yeah, I'm curious to see what the box office is like for it. But yeah, it's me.
Yeah, I think it's going to capture a lot of. As far as audience, I think it's pretty safe going from most, like, you know, as far as the comedy goes. Like, there's some rough comedy in there, and there's some cringy comedy, and there's some like subtle comedy. So I think you're going to capture all the age demographics with this film. It was a really good runtime. It was short and sweet. It didn't ask too much from its audience. It was only about like an hour and a half, an hour and 28 or something like that. And I think there was a part of me that almost could have worked better as like a mini series. I felt. But as a feature, it still works. But I think could have worked out a bit more and fleshed out more of the characters and made Gary a bit more, still keep him irritating but still make him a bit more likeable, and you would have time to flesh that out. I found that during the middle there was a few pacing issues. I felt like there was a few editing choices I wasn't a big fan of, that I was a bit confused geographically what was going on. It's a bit jarring. I was kind of like, what's happening there? But other than that, it was short and sweet. I was laughing. There's many moments where I actually had some laugh out loud moments, but it was more towards the cringe humor, which is kind of sweet. But yeah, it was still a fun time at the movies. Nothing exceptional. I'm not gonna necessarily remember it or kind of go out and probably buy it, but it's still a fun one to watch with your mum and dad and stuff. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
6. Right. Sweet as. Yeah, thanks for watching our review for Gary of the Pacific, guys.
Really appreciate it, guys. Mwah, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, definitely support the New Zealand film industry. It'd be great for us to get more of these out each year.
Yeah, so cool to see New Zealand films, seeing local talent as well.
Awesome.
And us bringing in like the American chick, Megan Stevenson, was quite cool.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah. Next stop, Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, man. Before you. Pirate 6. So, yeah.
Pirate 6, the Bay of Islands.
Curse.
Curse Bay of Islands.
Well, if you've got nothing else to do, check out our other videos. We've got other reviews, some top 5s, some awesome sketches.
Yeah. Check out previous review, top 5s, exactly what Taylor said.
And subscribe. We love you.
Please. And comment, let us know.
Yeah.
What other New Zealand films are there to watch? Not many, no, I'm kidding, there's actually quite a few.
All the people, Pork Pie, 2. Yeah, there's quite a few.
Thanks, guys.